Oh, that is fantastic. Look at that. Today we're looking at another batch of viral TikTok recipes you guys have suggested that I try, including this one on the screen right there right now. That, I think I actually might have found the wrong link, to be completely honest with you, because that's just an ASMR video. But that person is eating frozen gummy bears, and I actually want to try and make that noise myself. However, it does need a little bit of prep. So then folks, this might get interesting. We discovered fairly recently that Haribo invented gummy bears. Well, that's what I read, and I said that, and I don't know if anyone's argued with that, but we're going to go with it. It sounds like a good story. Be sure to tell everyone you know. When I went to the supermarket last night, I could only find jelly babies. But these are like really cute ones, because they're like holding hands. These are like called like double trouble ones, but they do break apart quite easy. And they're nice. I think jelly babies are more British though. But if I just find my inspiration, they should, ignore that for a minute, they should look like that, like proper gummy. So I went to another supermarket and luckily they did have the gold bears in stock, which are literally the same thing on that image. So what you're supposed to do is take some of the gummy bears, and there's a reason the package is already open, by the way. Well, there's also two, because I actually thought I bought 2 packets, but hey-ho. Take a can of fizzy drink, so this is Sprite. Pour it over the gummy bears, which is a strange thing within itself. Just to show you with the other ones, I mean, they're way bigger in comparison, but look, they do look way more gummy, don't they? These are sort of like more like dull. But anyhow, I bought them, so I might as well use them. Sprite on top, okay? So what that girl was eating and what that image I just showed you teased was that these got bigger, and that's because overnight, if you put this covered in the fridge, check this out. So that's the gummy bears before. That, oh my gosh, is them after. Look at the difference. That is absolutely absurd. So they're on kitchen towel anyway because they need to be dried out, but, ooh, oh my word. That is some very sweet Sprite. I've got a headache, it's so sweet. Ooh. But anyhow, now that those jelly babies have been in there as well, these are the ones that were holding hands, so it's been in there, like I say, a couple of minutes now. The other ones here, look how big these have gone. They have actually, I mean, I was looking and look, that's where the hand was. These are going in the freezer for a few hours whilst we work on the rest of the recipes, and by the end, you forget that they're absorbed with Sprite actually. We should be able to crunch on these. Oh, I just dropped one on the floor. One for Boston. They'll hopefully have worked and give you a surprising zing. But what I think I will do, I'm going to take one of each now and not freeze these, and at the end, see what they taste like without freezing them, because that's got Sprite in it. Now replace that out of the freezer with some ice despite it snowing in the UK yesterday, because this one is almost just as quirky. This person here has got a glass of ice in it. They are adding balsamic vinegar to it and sparkling water. Apparently, adding those things together is a healthy twist on Coca-Cola. I do not know where this is going to go. I'm really interested to try it because I love balsamic vinegar. Ice is in, and I think that's just got blue ink on my hands from that bag. Hey-ho, always make your own ice, folks. Balsamic vinegar going in. Sparkling water. Oh my goodness. But is it purely visual? It's sat at the bottom, so we need to stir it. Well, it doesn't smell like Coca-Cola. Let's have a go. Oh. Oh, no. That tastes like how I would imagine a car battery acid to taste like. It needs a bit more of that in there. I mean, maybe you've got to find the right balance. Like I say, visually, that's a great way to prank your friends. No. No, that is horrendous. That is absolutely awful. Yes, it's healthier. It tastes like watery vinegar. It tastes of vinegar. It doesn't taste literally drinking balsamic vinegar drink. Maybe I'll just get the gravy out. We'll have sparkling gravy. Right, I'm calling that one a fail, I think. All right, now time for our third one. It's also another healthy one, but I promise you this one will definitely work. I know this one will. So these are healthy because they are called oil-free potato chips or crisps, or if you live in a different country, maybe there's somewhere in the world that pronounce them as chops. Basically, you microwave up thinly sliced potatoes after getting the starch up, and you're left with a disgustingly crispy, crunchy potato snack without oil. And I know the theory of this will work because there was a gadget video I did where there was a carousel of potatoes that you microwaved This is just a little bit more manual, and it's insisting on 2 minutes either side. But whilst I'm doing this, a massive thank you to everyone that filled out the survey I asked. We had thousands of replies. I'm saying that as I'm basically using one of the gadgets that I created like a while ago, and they were and continue to be really popular. But that's why I sent the survey out. A company wants to work with me to help take all of that load off me, and some of the feedback I got was fascinating, and I probably will share that with you. So just wanted to give you an update on that if you filled out the survey and went, right, now what? Anyhow, look how thinly sliced they are. But a little bit recently, like when we did the Michelin star chips in the air fryer, we talked about when you get starch on the potatoes. Look, I can see it on there now. So I'd normally run that under a tap, but apparently into some ice water. Ice, ice, baby. Now, I should just run this under the tap, but just for pure ASMR too, see, I'm getting into it now. I really hope that you liked that step that I did that there, because that was really nice. Now I'm going to put the potatoes in. My hands are now unnecessarily cold. I'll just keep patting it dry. Pat! Pat! Extremely British reference that I add in from time to time. Ah, these are still wet. That kitchen towel is awful. Who bought that? Me. It was on offer, and I can see why. So apparently we salt these, which I guess will help dry it out a teeny bit too. Yeah, let's put a little bit of pepper on it, why not? Dun, 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 dun. All right, these are going in the microwave on this. A plate. But it does say 2 minutes either side, which to me does feel a little bit high. I'm gonna trust it, I'm not even gonna look. Because the good news is we've got an awful lot of potatoes as a backup if it fails. Ooh, get a look at that. Quite fascinated by this. Right, let's be honest here. Okay, so if you do this, put some baking parchment down, because you can hear how crispy they are. Oh, that's gorgeous. It tastes more like a cracker. Okay, I'm in a few different minds now. Like, it worked. I knew it was gonna work. But I think the word healthy just threw me because of, well, this. And I got a pack of 4 large potatoes, and that was only 2 of them out of it. So if you want to make your own homemade healthy snack, you could dust different flavourings on it too. Really impressed with that. My favourite healthy go-to snack is like popcorn where you just microwave it, no oil. But that's going to run it pretty close. So we've got 2 more to go, and this one, I think I might have put the wrong thing in the search because I've literally just found the person, again, just literally eating it. I couldn't see how to make it, but luckily there was a website where it told me. And this is where I need help with this, and I don't get it. There's probably a very simple answer. It might just be an internationalism thing. This is called an onion boil. However, you don't boil the onions. We're baking them, and it sounds amazing, but I couldn't really understand it. It looks like I'm just gonna be flavouring an onion, baking it, and eating it, which actually, when I say it out loud, sounds pretty good. So you would normally get a melon baller, apparently, and when I say that phrase out loud, melon baller, just reminds me of like, I've just got this vision of an onion playing basketball. But what we do, ooh, I don't know how easy this is gonna be. This is my shovel spoon. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna help it. We wanna try and get at least halfway down the onion. That'll just help us a little bit get into that gap. Oh, there we go. But then now I've got that, I could probably just get this spoon in. You want to keep the outsides intact, apparently. Okay. But I got this gadget, which is for removing the eyes from pineapples and also good for other things like Holland strawberries. I just want to see. In fact, there is a strawberry huller based on that design. This was like £1 from China. I wonder if that'll... That has worked. This is one of the most underrated kitchen gadgets in the world. Right, this needs filling. We've got some Cajun seasoning, which when you look on the back of the ingredients on there, has got an absolute mountain of spices merged together. One of which is actually garlic, but we are going to give garlic powder too, apparently. Parsley, salt, and pepper. And that smells really, really nice. And I kind of wish that I made this before those potato chips, because I'd probably be putting that on there too. We take some of our seasoning and pour it into and around the onion. I feel like I want to like put it on because it's not actually staying on there, but maybe this will help. That is a pot of melted butter. We spoon some into the cavity, and I think I'm going to intentionally just dribble some around the sides as well. Smells insane. And then hopefully, oh yeah, that's sticking a bit better now. Oh, yes. And the lady that I watched eat this, she was saying, hey, it doesn't matter if it's not fully cooked. Yeah, apparently there's this kind of like nice sweet spot where it's still like a little bit of bite to it. So I think that was a translation of just cook it how long you want. And yes, you could do this in an air fryer. I wasn't sure how big this foil package was going to be, but it would work. It feels such a waste of energy now when I warm an oven up. I don't know what's wrong. So I'm going to leave it for about an hour, which is good because for our last one, we're going to go outside and use the pizza oven to make a pizza sandwich. This is one that I think could fail, but even if it does, remember, we've still got those bears in the freezer. So whilst our onion boils in the oven, still don't get that, sorry. This one is right up my street. This is a pizza sandwich. Effectively, you just bake the crust, a little bit of oil on there, and then rip it apart once done and fill it with whatever fillings you want. Oh my word. So I've gone two ways with this. One, I've got my pizza oven outside warming up really, really hot to hopefully drive that charness. But part of me is kind of like, yeah, we could have done our own homemade dough, but it's a sandwich. So this is a real test for store-bought pizza dough to see if we can make it puff up, char, shred it apart, and fill it with some random bits. All right, that's warming up a charm. I really should have put the onions in there. That would have been cool, but I've yet to master this. And if you're interested, folks, this is the studio. I've actually changed around the layout of it, so that's why I'm not in here yet. From January 2025, I will be in here. But just a top tip, if you ever want to move the gas and after you've laid your floor in, especially if you're the one doing the flooring, that is a complete nightmare to fix. I did it myself, and that was a fun weekend. And once I'm in here, I think I'm going to be literally eating pizzas every day. Let's get the onion. Let's have that. I'm starving, to be fair. Honestly, it smells so good. Oh no. That needs longer. I do think it'll be worth the wait. I'm really, really hungry. Right, pizza dough. The only thing it does show is olive oil going on, and then there's a fold, but it's not fully encased. It's kind of like there, so you can rip it. And I guess the oil will help it stop sticking together. But then it kind of goes against what people told me the other day on a video where not to really put olive oil in your dough because of the high heat. Well, there's only one way to find out. Because I think that's the whole point of why I still make these videos. Even though we're laughing, folks, I'm learning. I picked up some like really useful tips over the years. Let's see what that does. That is looking awesome. Oh, I think we've nailed it. Oh. Now please excuse me, I've still got my coat on, but if we just pull it like that, ooh, it's still raw in the middle. I sound like Gordon Ramsay then. No, that oven was 360C. We'll just cook the inside very, very quickly. And now I've turned it back into a pizza. Ah, it's hot. Right, I'm gonna try another one, but this time the dough will be even thinner. I'm really stretching nice and thin. And it might just be the dough, it might just not have that fluffiness, but I've got a touch thinner just to see if that'll help. Either way, I think it's still going to be brilliant. Look at that. Oh my word, that's really bubbling up. Ooh, that looks amazing, huh? Right, has that got it? Has it got that fluffy middle? Oh no, it isn't, but that is more cooked. You've got the oil there that's all glossy. I will take this one. The other one, the dough was more raw. That is definitely cooked, that one. But this guy slammed down a load of rocket salad and then just tore on bits of mozzarella. Now, if I put that inside and melted it, that would have stretched it. And then I've also got, from a jar here, some sun-dried tomatoes. That is massive. Massive sandwich. But it's this bit here. Like, people are like, oh, it's burnt. I'm like, yeah, but it's good burnt. Oh, that's good. Damn. I don't think I got any filling then at all. Why is it such a simple thing of bread that's charred? It's just developed so much flavour. I might have to quarter it and go like this. Oh my gosh. These fillings work really well together, to be fair. I didn't have breakfast. It's gone past lunchtime, but that was worth the wait. Oh, and I've made 2 of those. That's dangerous. But is it a bit worrying that I'm actually equally as looking forward to this? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that is soft. Look. Ooh. Look how soft that is. And the seasoning, if I just push that quite hard, it's like, loads of butter's come out of it. But it's kind of made a little gel in the middle of the onion.
excited much. We've got our Cajun seasoning and friends doing the work for us. Right, let's try it. That's strange. I like it. It's made the onion taste like celery. It's made it taste less. Like it almost becomes like a vessel for carrying the spices. It's fine. Yeah, actually that is good. I don't hate it. I cooked it for 20 minutes more than it should have, so it's softened even more. I'm glad it's got that texture. If anything, what I'd like to do is I've taken the foil off and like pushed it for another 10 minutes to really char it up. I'm only probably thinking that because of the charring we've just witnessed with the bread. I might try it once it cools down, but speaking of cooling down, I've not even looked at the freezer. Let's see how our bears and babies are getting on. Look! Oh, they look like, I love it! All like pastel colours. I mean, that's the freezer doing its job. Oh, that is fantastic. Look at that! That is absolutely bonkers. They look like little Lego men. Let's taste them. Oh, it's all right. I'm getting the sound. So they're fun. They're all right. And you can taste a little bit of the Sprite, to be fair. But remember, I was going to test what they're like before freezing, where we've soaked them. So that was these two earlier that have plumped up. So this is the gummy bear plumped up before freezing. So that's quite nice. I tell you what, them jelly babies are a lot sweeter. Actually make it worthwhile. You get a slight more Sprite zing like that, but I think that is my conclusion. If you're going to do it, jelly baby. So thanks so much for watching, folks. Remember, keep these videos that you see coming in. I will try them, compilate them together, and maybe do my own mini follow-ups in my own short ones too. Like doing one with the mozzarella, because that stretch, I can see it. Oh my gosh. But if you have enjoyed this video, there's lots of other TikToks I've tried to date, so do check them out, and I'll see you later. Bye.